Alrighty everybody, hello, thank you for chiming in with another episode of hilarious content. We are playing Golgari Deathtouch Tribal today. If you do not care about listening to the deck tech, please look in the description below. Skip this boring introduction and get to the gameplay. It is a pretty, it's gonna be a fun one. I can already tell. I can already tell it's gonna be a fun one, so please, don't want to hear this deck tech, just go ahead and skip it. It's all good. For those of you who want to hear this, stick around. We're about to dive deep into this because it is a fun deck. Alright, I can already tell from the games I play tested that the videos I record tonight are going to be great. Alright, so let's see here. What we got? We have a lot of 1-drops in this Golgari Deathtouch Tribal that you see right here, okay? So we have Blood Chief's Thirst. I've played it in so many decks so far. If you don't know what this card does, it's removal, okay? It takes care of creatures and planeswalkers early game, takes care of them late game at sorcery speed. That's all you need to know. Balmir Knight, newer card to the channel. Deathtouch, 1-drop. That's the main thing you gotta know, alright? Its art is beautiful. Its art is beautiful, and it's a Deathtoucher it's a 1-drop Deathtouch, okay? It's instant for those of you who are curious. Tap 1 black, 2 generic, 3 mana in total. You draw a card, you lose a life. It's actually pretty good late game. Actually pretty good, pretty useful effect. Next, Blizzard Brawl, new card. This is a Kaldheim card. Just came out today. Brand new, fresh out the box. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. They fight each other. Alright, these creatures fight each other. But if you have 3 or more snow permanents, your creature gets +1/0 and gains indestructible. In Deathtouch Tribal, that basically means your indestructible creature will kill anything. Alright, it'll kill any creature because it has Deathtouch. That's what Deathtouch does. Let's see, what is Magic's definition? Any amount of damage a source with Deathtouch deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. That means my little 1/1 guy, if he has an Elder Gagaroth, 6/6, he attacks him, guess what? Elder Gagaroth's dead. Just dead. Just dead. Deathtouch, right? Alright, next we have Blightblade. I am playing this simply because it is a 1-drop. Alright, it is a 1-drop, 1/1 Deathtouch. There's no other reason why I'm playing this. I'm not playing this for the archetype. I'm not playing this for the creature type. I'm playing this for the main key Deathtouch, right? I forget what it's called. Can someone tell me in the comments what that's called? There's like a word, like an action word. Is it action word? Is that what it is? I don't care. You know, is there other Deathtouchers I could put in? Yeah, there's a snake. I could put in the snake if I wanted to. There's a 1-drop snake. Hold on, let me show you right now. I'm kind of digressing. I'm sorry. We're on a tangent, but that's because I'm excited about this deck. All right, it's this one right here. I can do that one if I wanted to. I don't want to. I want to do the elf. Elves are cool. I'm sorry if I sound a little defensive about elves being cool. All right, I had a lot of pushback behind the idea that elves were cool. Anyways, not even gonna get into that. All right, I'm gonna get back into the deck tech. I think I'm digressing a lot. If you don't want to hear the deck tech, please just bookmarks. All right, there's so many bookmarks, so many books, so many games. Skip to those. Watch the gameplay, please. All right, if you don't want to listen to me. Moving on. Next we have Primal Might. This is a really good card. It is one of the top removal spells in green at the moment. Tap 1 green, and you can tap any generic. Right? You don't even need to tap if you don't want to. Target creature you control gets +X till end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. This is removal. This is removal. You tap 1, any of these creatures is going to kill something, right? Maybe not. Yeah, any of these creatures is going to kill something. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Alright, so those are our 1-drops. Let's go into our 2-drops. This is where it gets a little bit awkward because we don't have that many 2-drops that we're playing. So here we have Finn, the Fang Bearer, or I should say Finn, the Gang. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in the final. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in the final cut. I probably will. Who cares? We got Finn the Fang Bearer. This fool? Man, this fool. He just F stuff up, alright? I'm sorry if you're a child watching this. This dude just f***ed it up. He is so good. Alright? Whenever a creature you control with Deathtouch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. You lose the game if you have 10 poison counters. This guy is a beast, alright? He messes things up. Look at him. His art is amazing. His name is hilarious. He's Finn the That's what he does. That doesn't matter. What matters is his ability. He makes all of our creatures, including the 1/1s with Deathtouch, he makes them really strong. and actually serious threats. This guy eats more hate than in McDonald's burger at a vegan restaurant. This guy eats a lot of hate. He gets so much removal, so that's why we're playing a playset, even though he's a legendary creature. Next, we have Cheville, Bane of Monsters. He has Deathtouch as well, so he works with the archetype. Good thing about him is that he produces bounty counters, right? So at the beginning of your turn, your upkeep, if your opponent it controls no permanents with bounty counters on them, you get to put a bounty counter on it. So what that does is, whenever something with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and you draw a card. So let's say, beginning of your turn, you put a bounty counter on one of their creatures. You're going to kill that creature anyways. You make a creature fight and kill it, or you use a Blood Chief's Thirst. I don't care how you do it. You do it somehow, right? That basically means if the bounty counter is on it, you get to gain 3 life, and you draw a card, right? If you let it affect. So I only have it as a 2-of. It's actually it's a good ability, right? But it's not the best, and I don't want more than 2, maybe 3, right? Maybe a third one would be fine, but honestly, I think 2 is fine. The 2-drops are awkward when it comes to Deathtouch. There's not too many. There's not too many 2-drops. Now there is Mire Triton. I've played it in another game before, right? I played that in my Mardu Giant control. Very good video. Please check it out if you haven't already. That's not really what this deck's trying to do, because we don't have any recursion, right? We don't have any way to bring things back from the graveyard. We might want to mill because of Egrin God of Death's ability, right? Where we need to keep exiling cards from our graveyard, but at the same time, we don't have that recursion, so that might be something that this deck needs. It might need to get rid of 2 Jungle Hollows and add 2 Academic's Awakening. I'm not even sure if it needs 22 mana at this point. Maybe some Malakir Rebirths, maybe some Mortal Lance. Yeah, that could potentially be very advantageous to this deck. At the moment, right now, this is what I'm running at. I don't know what to do. Maybe suggest something in the comments. All right, next we have 3-drops. I only have 1 complaint with the 3-drops. Not this one. This one's a beast. This is Egon, God of Death. Very cool card. I'm not sure. It just came out today. Right? It's a Kaldheim card. I don't think I'm using it correctly. I don't think I'm using it at its full potential. But let's look at its abilities, right? So it's a 3-drop. Beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, you have to sack them. But you sack them, you have to draw a card. So it's not like you totally lose them. Look at his toughness. 6/6, Deathtouch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, that's great. Like, oh my god of death. That's awesome. Alright? That is a son of a gun, right? His other ability, legendary artifact, at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Okay? So what that is doing is milling yourself, and it's feeding the graveyard for Egon, God of Death. Now, the only problem with that is we get back to the same problem with Mire Triton, right? Where we don't really have any graveyard recursion. But we kind of do need things in the graveyard if we want to have Egon, God of Death out. So maybe I drop this down to a 2-of instead, and then figure out a way to add more recursion instead of 3-of. That might be a little bit better. Something to explore. Next, we have Hooded Blightfang. Hooded Blightfang, he basically gives us an alternative plan, right? So let's say our Finn here is dead, and we need another way out to win, right? Hooded Blightfang gives us another good reason why we want to play Deathtouch, because not only is he a 1/4 with Deathtouch, whenever a creature you control with Deathtouch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. All right, and so that's the main strategy. Okay, if the is dead and we have a Blightfang, our Deathtouch still has value, but it goes a little further. Cherry on top. Whenever a creature you control with Deathtouch deals damage to a Planeswalker, destroy that Planeswalker. That means if any of our creatures, because they all have Deathtouch, if any of them land a hit on a Planeswalker with this card in the battlefield, that'll destroy the Planeswalker. So it's pretty good for Planeswalker removal if you get there. This is also a good card. I think it stacks. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it stacks. This is the only card I'm iffy about. Okay. And now, some of you are probably thinking like, hilarious content. What do you mean? How you be iffy about it? Husker, it's such a good bow. Well, if you think that, shut the f up. All right, I'm not asking you. I'm just kidding. All right, love you. Don't shut the f up. What I'm saying here is, it's a little too slow. is a good card when it goes off. They don't have removal. It's great. It's a good way to go over the top. Okay, because that's flying. It's the only creature we have that's flying. So if they have a bunch of blockers and flyers, you get to punish them for going up at the top. Now I don't like this card that much because when I was playing rogues a lot back before in like September or whatever, this card was just a little too slow. It's just a little too slow. But it does go bonkers when you let it, right? Like there are times where it could be a 4-4, a 4-3, a 5-3, 6-3. It could get pretty insane. And it does have flying, Deathtouch, lifelink, so it's stacked. If I were to get rid of this card, I'd probably add in maybe what's that one called? The Death Dweller, called the Death Dweller, so that way we got some graveyard recursion. That might be something to explore. Keyword is might, right? I don't know. Next we have Questing Beast. He is our top end. He is a 4-drop, 4/4. If you don't know Questing Beast, like, man, this card is stacked. Look at all that text. All right, this card is like just amazing. Vigilance, Deathtouch, Haste. It attacks, doesn't tap. That's what Vigilance does. Deathtouch kills everything, right? Haste, it means it doesn't have summoning sickness. All right, it can just attack as soon as it enters the battlefield. Questing Beast can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. We're going up against chump blockers. We don't have to worry about that with Questing Beast. Questing Beast will always get there. See, combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. That's not as relevant in this meta, but whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker. That player controls that. Triggers off of Blight Fang, so you don't even need to attack the planeswalker to kill it at that point. It's just logging synergy. Next, we have our 22 mana. We have 7 snow-covered swamps, 7 snow-covered forests, 4 jungle hollows, and 4 more woodland chasms. They're all snow lands except for jungle hollow. Why? Because we want Blizzard Brawl to go off. We really want our creatures to be indestructible and get that +1 if possible. Also, it's cool. These are so cool. These are awesome. I might go down to 20, drop a. I might do this. I might go like that, right? Where I might go like that, and then go like that, and then that'll give me a play set. Then maybe get rid of these. You know, I might do that, and then instead. I mean, there's a bunch of things we could do, right? I'm not going to go too much into detail right now. I am going to tell you to check out the gameplay, and you know what? I think I'll go over some other things that I would like to do with the deck in the post-game wrap-up instead of waste your time here and listen to that. So if you've gotten this far into like the deck tech, you're like a f***ing amazing person. You're like so great, all right? And there's no ads. There's no advertisements in these videos, so I know you just listen to my words for like 15 minutes. You're awesome, okay? You know what you deserve? You deserve some gnarly gameplay. So go ahead and watch that gameplay, and I will see you back at the post-game wrap-up, cleanup, however it's called. Peace out. I'll see you in a minute. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Let's start the game right now. Let's start the games. Let's start the games. All right. We're gonna Deathtouch tribal this. We're gonna here. Hold on. I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna change the name of the deck. Deathtouch tribal. That's just for you. All right. If you're watching at this point, I did that for you. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. I have been waiting so long for Kaldheim. We have some sweet Kaldheim cards here. Let me give him a hello. How are you doing today, good sir? Let's go drop a snow-covered swamp, drop a Finn, the Fang Bearer, and go in for 1. There you go. Alrighty. So he can't really deal with too many more of those, otherwise he dies. I'm gonna go ahead and play an Egon next. Let's see what he got here. Maybe he'll. Okay. Okay, very cool. Well. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to drop a... Oh, and we got a scoop. Yeah, so... This was our first game playing Golgari Deathtouch, and he scoops. Alright, let's go and see what we could have done, right? So, there, I get it. I get why. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I understand it. I was just gonna like kill him most likely. I didn't have the third snow permanent. Um, yeah, I feel like he would have been okay. I think he should have. That might have been a little premature, but you know, I'm just definitely gonna include this in the video. This is our first game playing Golgari Deathtouch, and we had a minute scoop. So let's go on to the next one. Alrighty, everyone. Looks like we are on the draw with Deathtouch Tribal. I am gonna go to that's a good animal bit, and say hello. Let's go ahead and get some Golgari Deathtouch Tribal. Uh-oh. Doing nice. Looks like they know what we're up to. They know what we are up to. Well, what a turn 1 duress. Is he gonna turn 2 duress us? Get the Riz Blizzard. Okay, so he doesn't even care. Let's drop that. And go number 2. Alrighty. So why didn't I drop the Jungle Hollow? Because I didn't want to, that's why. I guess I could've. Maybe that was you know, maybe that was premature of me, but let's go ahead and go in like that. Pow pow. Champagne. It's so good! It's so good! Alright. I believe it was instant speed, this snow sorcery. Alright, it's okay. It's not even activating this. It's not even activating.
Just do it! Yep. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yep. Okay, let's see. So... Alright, let's go like that. Other than that. And see, we have other directions to go to. Okay, let's see here. He's at 6 poison counters, and he has 1,000,000 land, so I am scared. Oh, he's just going in. He's just going in. All right, give me 1 more land, please. Oh. Drop a flying Deathtouch. Go for 1. Should I go? Yikes! He is just going in. He is just going in. Unrelented? Unrelentless? Yeah, that sounds right. He's going in unrelentlessly on us, alright? We are just humble Golgari Deathtouch tribal players. He is just smashing us. You play an Ugin? He's 1 mana away from an Ugin. I am scared. Oh, please let me draw another one of these bad boys. What is this, Flynn? Oh, who is she? Who's this girl? Who's this girl? Quit doing that to my mana. Alright, let's see. Whenever you cast a spell, maybe I should just drop this. They block, they kill it. Just destroy it? Let's see, they block here, it dies. Take 4. Okay, I see. So, you're still gonna take 4? 5. I gained 5. Alright, I feel like I'm in a nice position. Oh no! What you gonna do? What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk. Wow, what is this? Okay, hold on. Oh man, aren't these cards so cool? Okay, whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent, they put that. Wow. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go in like that. Is that okay? Can I do that? Oh wow, and it gives me... Alright, so he's on a 1-turn clock. He's on a 1-turn clock. Can he do it? Can he get there? Did we get there? Uh-oh. Give him a nice... Speaking of which, oh my goodness, we are at 31 health? Like, what? Oh, it's a whiff. It's a total whiff. Good game! That was the second game. I kid you not, that was the second game. Is this meta? Is this a meta deck? Is this a thing? Golgari Deathtouch Tribal! Alrighty, we are playing some Golgari Deathtouch Tribal on the play. I'm going to keep this. Say hello to our good friend. Drop a swamp, play a knight, and say go. Alrighty, we are on a really good roll so far tonight. And let's just have a good time. let's just have a good time, you know. Let's just keep doing it. Let's just get there. Let's just get there. Let's just put the pressure on, you know. All right, I like this. Turn 3, drop a Wood Chasm, drop a Deathtouch. Oh, this guy looks pretty good. All right. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, let's see. Oh, maybe I should have waited. Yeah, let's go like that. Okay, and we don't even need removal. We get rid of the ramp. It's all good. Say if I played a little bit differently, I could have. Oh man, it feels bad. It feels bad. Oh well, let's go and drop. Quest.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Now, if we could get a. Oh, so he can't block, can he? He cannot block with that. Alright, let's go like this. And let's just. It's sorcery speed, so why not, right? It's sorcery speed. Why not? Let's just wait, why not? I don't see why not. Let's just go in. Let's just do what we gotta do. Let's do what we gotta do. We're just doing it. We're just doing it, guys. Come on. Golgari Deathtouch Tribal! Alright, so he's getting a lot of card draw. I'm very impressed. And he scoops! He scoops! Golgari Deathtouch Tribal! Alrighty, we are playing some Deathtouch Tribal. This is actually the first hand. I think I'm gonna mull. Yeah, I'm actually gonna mull this. It's the first hand I'm mulling. Alright, and I am gonna keep this hand. Let's go ahead and drop. Feels bad. Let's drop the Scavenger. Yeah. Well, I mean it's a great curve, but I kind of want the removal. I'm sorry, Scavenger. Maybe Scavenger should just be out the deck entirely. Maybe he doesn't belong in this deck. Let's just drop a hello. I think we're on the play, right? We kept first, right? Yeah, we're on the play. Alright, let's drop a hello. We're playing some Golgari Deathtouch Tribal. And depending on what they play, I might either Blood Chief's Thirst or Fang it. Man, maybe I should have kept that. Maybe I should have kept that so I could go over the top. Drop the Blight Blade. Dropped Jungle Hollow. Turn 1. Look at it, listen to me. Rationalizing, alright? A little aggressive, but hey, let's get it in. Deathtouch is an aggressive deck, alright? See, we're playing a playset at least because this guy, oh my gosh, this guy gets so much hate. Like, everyone, and he scoops! Golgari Deathtouch Tribal is the thing! It's such a good thing! Oh, hello everybody, thank you for chiming in with another episode of hilarious content. This was an exciting deck to play. I had so much fun playing it. As you can see, this deck just went bonkers. I think this might be my new favorite deck. I know I say that about every deck I play, but I honestly think that Golgari Deathtouch Tribal is such a strong build, and it could be competitive. Who knows? Maybe I might actually start playing this in ranked. I do think though that this could use some modifications. I feel like Nighthawk Scavenger, even though he totally dominated in one of the games earlier, going over to top, attacking for a lot, I feel like he's situational, and I think the deck might be looking for Call the Death Dweller, something like that, some graveyard recursion to bring back creatures, especially if you are playing against a deck that has a lot of board wipes. So I might make a best of 3 version of this deck, so that way I can bring it into competitive meta, so I can have all the tools I need. I think the 3 questing beast was nice. It would be okay to go to 2. I don't know if Bane of Monsters is needed. I feel like maybe if I were to include the playset of Call of the Death Dwellers as opposed to the Nighthawk Scavengers, then I would just take out 2 Bane of Monsters and maybe 2 Primal Mites and add in a playset of Mire Triton, milling ourselves, thinning the deck, also allowing us to bring some stuff back in the graveyard. If I were to do that, I think I might go down 1. No, keep the 3. I'll keep the 3 God of Deaths. But let's see here. So what were the Kaldheim cards that were played? Finn the Fangbearer, Egon God of Death, and I think okay Blizzard Brawl. So we had like what 4, 8, and all of the land, right? All of the land. So I'll count the Woodland Chasms. We got like 1, 2, 3 play sets, and almost a full another play set. So that's like almost 16 cards, almost a quarter of the deck is Kaldheim. So I think I did use a lot of new cards in this deck. This build was a lot of fun to play. I highly recommend crafting it. If you do not have enough wild cards for this, then don't worry. What I would recommend, 1, the Mana base is as budget as it gets. It doesn't get more budget than this, alright? If you have the temples, then you go and play the temples. If you have the pathways, 100% prefer the pathways over this. I just played it like this because I didn't want to waste any wild cards. Well, any more wild cards, right? And I wouldn't consider the pathways a waste of mana, but I definitely wouldn't craft the temples. They could help though. So the mana base is completely common. Questing Beast, I would highly recommend crafting at least 2 of these because it's played in many other decks, not just Golgari Deathtouch Tribal, I promise, alright? Even though it is a really good hard hitter in the Deathtouch Tribal archetype. You don't have to craft the God of Death, so if you don't have enough rares, and you don't have to craft the Nighthawk Scavengers either. Instead of the Nighthawk Scavengers, you could include the Call of the Death Dwellers for some graveyard recursion, and instead of the God of Death, you can include that one guy that comes in. It's an uncommon. I think I mentioned him during the intro. I can't remember. Let me just get the name real quick. I always forget his name. Yeah, okay, Grim Dancer. You include 3 of these instead. Okay, is it as good? Maybe not, but it's still usable. Still usable. If you don't want to add this too, you can always add like a Malakir Rebirth or something like that. Or so if you really don't want the Grim Dancer, then you could add in a playset of Village Rites for some card draw. Add in 3 Call the Death Dwellers for some recursion. Don't craft the Banes. Don't craft the Banes if you don't have the Mythic wild cards. Instead, use a playset of Mired Triton, and that would combo really well with the recursion of the Call the Death Dwellers that you add. You kind of need the Hooded Blight Fangs. I open all 4 of mine. If you open up M21 packs, it's not a new card. You know, I mean technically it's new, but it's not that new, right? When did M21 come out? Like September? So, I mean, there's a good chance if you open a lot of M21 that you probably pulled a Hooded Blight Fang or a playset like I did. I didn't even open that many packs. I just felt like it was a common rare. I feel like it does exist. Fangbearer, the ganger. This dude's he's an uncommon, alright? So if you get rid of like one of these, this bad boy, then you know what you're playing with? You're playing with fire. You also get rid of Primal Might. There's other fight abilities that you could yeah, so you could just get rid of 2 Primal Mights, 2 Banes, get rid of the God of Death, get rid of Nighthawk Scavenger, one of these, and keep the rest, adding in what I was talking about earlier. Then that is basically playing a deck with only 4 rares at that point, and the rest common and uncommon. So that's a steal. That's a good budget deck. I would highly recommend crafting that version if you don't have the wild cards. This version is also pretty good. The things I talked about earlier, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know how to play this game. Maybe I got lucky. Maybe I didn't. This was a fun deck though. Thank you for chiming in with another episode of hilarious content. This was Golgari Deathtouch Tribal, and I will catch you all on the next episode of this video thing. The YouTubes. Yeah, cue the outro music. Oh, the outro music's playing. Cue the bass drop. Right now. Yeah, music. Yeah. See you later, bye guys.